Hello everyone, welcome to your Movement Monday. I'm Lisa from Pilat-Haze and today I'm going to take you through extension. So this is a nice one to do on a Monday. It's going to be working everything that lifts our heart up, brings our shoulders back and gives us really good posture. So coming into this kind of nice upright position, especially for those of us who are now working from home and sitting at a desk a lot and going from our desk to our couch and we're always in this position, it's just going to teach us to bring the body up and open everything out and just to draw it back, okay? So just because we're going doing that movement, I just want to warm up the shoulders properly first. So if you come into a cross-leg position just like so, now don't worry, if this is uncomfortable for you to do for your hips, you can pop a little cushion underneath your bum or a folded up jumper just to give yourself a bit of support, and you can always have your feet a bit more forward and opened out just to give your hips a little bit of freedom, okay? If the hips are feeling good, draw the heels in towards your groin and the knees are pressing down, okay? From here, we'll bring our left hand to the outside of our left hip, shoulder away from the ear. Big inhale, exhale, reach your right hand up and over. Keep a bit of space between your shoulders and your ears. Look up towards that top hand. Inhale, bring the hand back and exhale over. Look up towards that top hand. Inhale, rotate it back and exhale, slide. So we're just starting to warm up the back and the shoulders. So nice gentle movement. You don't have to push it too hard here at the start. Just flowing from one side to the other and just wake everything up nice and gently. Focus on your breath. I exhale as I move to one side. Inhale as I come through center and exhale as I bring the other arm over. Inhale, float it back and exhale to change. We'll just go for another 3 here. Feeling that space between ribs and hips on one side of the body, ribs and hips joined together on the other. And then we go for our last one. Bring it to center. Pop your hands on your knees. Big inhale, lift the shoulders up. And then with an exhale, drop them back. And again, inhale up and exhale back. And feel that rise up with your inhale. With that exhale, dropping them back. So you really feel how low you can drop your shoulders, how much they can slide down the back. And on your last one, inhale up, exhale, drop them back. And we want to try and keep that space between our shoulders and our ears now for the rest of this, okay? So just feel that space, feel the openness in your collarbone, and just think that's where you want those shoulders to be, gliding down the back. All right, from here, bring yourself over into a table position. So we're going to pop our hands ever so slightly forward of our shoulders, knees underneath our hips, and then from here, walk your knees back and bring yourself down to lying flat on the mat, okay? So with our extension today, we'll work up through progressions. So just take it to whatever level feels good and challenging for you. And you can always come back to this video then and build yourself up over time, okay? Because this can be quite challenging for most people, all right? So just take your time and do what you can. So from here, we're going to place one hand over the other. Elbows are nice and wide. And we're going to pop our forehead down to our hands. Now with the legs, I want you to switch on the muscles in your legs. So I'm going to squeeze the muscles in the fronts of my thighs, squeeze the muscles in the backs of my thighs, squeeze the muscles in my bum. Point my toes and have my feet resting down on the mat. Now I want to feel my hip bones pressing down on the mat. So I'm pushing my hip bones down and I can feel them. But if you can't, pop your knees a little wider to the back and push those hips down, okay? If you still don't feel them, you can always go for bent knees today, just to feel the hips pressing down, okay? So you choose where you want to go with the legs, just to feel those hips down. Keep the legs switched on, feet attached to your mat. And from here, keep your hands down on the mat. What I want you to do, imagine you were nodding your head up, yes, saying yes to someone. So with an inhale, lift your chin, lift your gaze, and just lift your head, your shoulders slightly. With an exhale then you'll tuck your chin in, bring your forehead back down to your hands. We'll do that again. Inhale, nod up, yes, collarbone open, and exhale, bring it back down. So I just want you to feel that movement for your neck. We'll just wake up and just move the discs in the spine here, nice and gently. Inhale, chin up, eye focus up, and exhale, back down. We're going to go for 2 more. Inhaling up and exhaling down. And then we go for our last one. And down. Okay, From here, we're going to bring the elbows a little bit closer together, about shoulder width apart. Spread your hands down onto the ground or the mat in front of you, spread your fingers, and we're just going to lift up just like so. Have your hips down on the mat and just eye focus forward, okay? So we're not lifting our head up towards the ceiling like this, we're just looking forward, we're sliding our shoulders down our back. Now you might feel your low back in this, and I don't want you to panic if you do. The same way if you were doing lots of leg exercises or arm exercises and you'd feel your arms or your legs working, we were working your back today, so you might feel it a little bit. Never work through pain, but if you can just feel it switched on, good, it's working, you should feel it a little bit, okay? We're just holding here for 6 breaths, so try and go in through your nose and out through your mouth. 5 more breaths. Shoulders are sliding down your back all the time. And if you need to release at any stage, drop your head down, absolutely no problem. Another 3 breaths. Eye focus forward, lengthen the back of your neck. Last 2. And then last one. You can bring the hands back into center and rest your head down. Okay, from here, we're just working through progression. So like I said, if it ever becomes too much, just stop at the exercise you're on and work up your way through these exercises. From here, you're going to bring your chin down to the mat. Have your hands to the outsides of your chest, okay? See, my elbows are bent and they're nice and close to the sides of my body. I want you to keep your elbows close to the sides of your body. Now, we're going to do building up to an exercise called Swan, or if you've been doing maybe yoga or contemporary Pilates classes, you'll know this as Cobra or an up stretch or up dog. But we're only going to go halfway. So from here, remember, you're nodding your head up, saying yes to someone. You're pushing into your hands with an inhale, nod up, say yes, lift up just halfway. Keep those elbows close to the sides of your body. Now, I still feel my hips down on the mat. I still have my legs switched on and my feet attached down. Just hold it here for 2 seconds and release it back down. Forehead or chin to the mat. Now, having your chin to the mat gives a little bit of extension to the back of your neck. If you're not feeling that today, forehead to the mat is fine. We're going to do that again. Inhale, nod up, press into your hands, lift just halfway, eye focus forward or to the front of your mat, just to keep the length in the back of the neck. Hold for 2 seconds and bring it down. We'll do it again. Inhale, lift. Think of everything you need to do. I need my shoulders down my back. I want my hips touching the mat. Eye focus forward. Chest is lifting up. And release. One more. Inhale to the top. And release back down. Well done. Okay. Our next one, when you go up, you can fully lengthen your arms. Now, if that's too much for you today, go back to halfway. Otherwise, we're going to inhale, lift and extend all the way up with our arms. Fully lengthen those arms, collarbone is open, and you're still working to press your hips down. Now, if they lift a little off the mat, don't panic, but think, I want to push my hips down. I want to keep my legs switched on. My toes are pointing away from me. My collarbone is open. I'm lifting my heart up towards the ceiling. I'm looking forward, or I'm looking slightly up, and I'm gliding those shoulders down my back. Another 2 seconds here. Inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. And then we'll release. And we're going to do that again. So you can keep going with halfway, otherwise we're lifting all the way up. Big inhale, up. Push those hips down, shoulders down the back. Eye focus up. 1, 2, and release. When you're ready, we're going for our last one. Make sure those legs haven't switched off. Squeeze the muscles in the bum, squeeze the muscles in the legs. Big inhale, lift and rise up. Feel your heart lifting up, your breastbones lifting up. We'll hold for 1, for 2, and we'll release back down. Well done. Now, to build up on that exercise and to strengthen the back even more, we'll just change our hand position slightly, okay? So what we're going to do is take our hands to the outsides of our shoulders, and we're going to come onto the fingertips this time, so your hands aren't flat. Chin on the mat, okay? So my hands are outside my shoulders, I'm up on my fingertips. From here, it's the same movement, so switch your legs on, press your hips down, inhale, lift and rise up. You might not go all the way up, go about halfway, and release. Every time you go up, see if you can go that little bit higher. Now if you can't today, that's fine. Inhale up and exhale down. Last one, you will really feel your low back in this one because it's really strengthening that low back. It's a brilliant move for your back. Shoulders down the back. We'll hold for 3, for 2, for 1. Release all the way back down. Okay. So if that was enough for you for today, that's absolutely fine. You can build yourself up. We're just going to work on one more progression. We're going to work into swimming, okay? So swimming in Pilates, it's working all the way through our back, into our hips and our shoulders, okay? So a lot of the time, the reason that we're so curled up and flexed with our spine is we're limited in our shoulders from sitting in that position all day. So we need to free up the shoulders so we can progress with our extensions. So I want you to bring your hands out in front and have your thumbs facing up to the ceiling. Your head can come down to the mat. Switch your legs on, press your hips down. Now I want you to keep your head on the mat as best you can. With an inhale, raise your hands up higher than your head. Inhale, release them down. Exhale, up and release. And again, lift the arms up, release them down. So this is just working on the mobility on our shoulders. We're going to go for 2 more, up and down. And last one, lift up, hold. 3, 2, 1, release them down. Okay, so from here, keep those legs switched on. This time when you lift your arms up, you're going to lift your head, your chest, your shoulders, everything is going to come up. So with an inhale, you're going to lift, arms come first, followed by the head, up and lower down. Now your feet can lift up on this one as well if you have the strength in the legs to do so. So when you're ready, inhale, lift, legs, arms, head, look forward, inhale, release. And again, inhale, lift, and release back down. We're just going for 2 more. And your last one, we're going to lift up, we're going to hold it. Now, if you want to go into full swimming, from here, what you're going to do is start to kick those legs. Keep the arms up, eye focus forward. We'll go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it down. If you want even more of a challenge, switch those legs on, have those arms out in front. When you're ready, inhale, lift your arms up, lift your legs up, head. We're going to go opposite arm and leg. Right arm, left leg. Left arm, right leg. You can go slow or we can go faster. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it down. Bring your hands to the top of your mat. Push into your hands, lift onto your knees. Pop your knees nice and wide. Have your heels together and sit your bum back onto your heels. Reach your hands forward, head down to the mat. Take some lovely long deep breaths. Inhale through the nose and exhale out your mouth. We'll hold this here for 5 breaths. Every breath sinking your chest closer to the mat, reaching your arms further away. Last 3, 2, and last one. Now just to finish up, we'll do a nice little stretch for your hips, your back, your shoulder. So what you're going to do is reach your hands out to the sides, palms facing down to the ground. You're going to bring your left hand by the side of your chest. From here, we're going to take our left knee, bend it, and bring it to the outside of our right hip, okay? By keeping our left hand pressing into the mat, so really press hard. I'm getting a huge stretch in my right shoulder, and I'm opening out my left hip. Try and keep your right leg straight, and breathe. Holding here for 3, for 2, and 1. Bring it back to center. Reach your left hand out. Right hand comes in by the side of your chest. Bend your your right knee in towards your bum, and then the right foot goes to the outside of your left hip. pushing into your right hand so that you get a stretch on that left shoulder. Left hand is pressing down to the ground. Holding here for 3, for 2, and 1. Bring it to center. Bring it up. And that's your extension work for today. So well done everyone. Like I said, you might have to build yourself up through these, okay? Especially if you're sitting at a desk or you're sitting down a lot, or even just driving a lot. You might find it hard to come up into this really upright position with the shoulders away. It might be a lot of work and effort for you. So there's loads of progressions there for you to work on. You might start with just the very first exercise and that's it for you for today, and that's absolutely fine. Try and build up every week to get to that full progression so that we can have really nice posture, really good shoulder health, really good for our neck, and everything all the way through the spine, strengthening the low back right the way through to the hips. So I hope you enjoyed this week's Movement Monday, and I'll see you again next Monday for another Movement Monday. Well done everyone, see you next week.